Hey everybody, Ormac here for some sorcery. When we left off, we were leaving Buritani? I'm not sure if that's an A or an Eh? How would you pronounce that letter? It's an A, but it's like up. An up A. Buritani? Maybe Buritani. Or maybe that's just how the A's always are. It's Buritani. Okay. So, the choices we made last time sent us to here. I feel like I should have gone to the waterfall, but we can always rewind if that winds up being an issue. Rise up early from your spot beneath the tree. You gather your things. Jan leaps up onto your shoulder. Ready to go? He chirps. Not really. Not with you, anyway, you jerk. You join the path at the far side of Biratani. Biratanti. The sun sits at the horizon like a gleaming jewel. If all goes well, you will reach Torapani today, the last village in the Shamatani Tanti Hills. After a short climb, the path breaks, heading uphill to the left and downhill to the right. What do you think? What else do you know? Okay, a field of black flowers. Or a forest. Let's go to the forest because those flowers sound familiar. We go right, you decide. Then be on your guard, Jan warns you. You climb the rise. The way is not too steep, and as noon approaches, you have crested the ridge and are descending yet again. You are now at the highest point in the hills, where the trees are thin and the view west goes on forever. And sometimes you catch glimpses of Kar on the northern horizon. How much? I have 3 rations. I don't think stopping to... let's eat. Take a brief pause. You eat a quantity of your cheese and bread and feel better for it. And you continue along your path. Jan's in a talkative mood over the worst of his headache from last night's drinking and fills the air around with his chatter about what he can see and how things smell and what he plans to do once he makes his fortune in Kar. You pass from the open hillside into a patch of deep forest. Quite suddenly, Jan falls quiet and hisses in your ear. Stop! Stop now! Why? Because, the creature insists in a tiny voice, because something is following us. Come to a dead stop. Jan is right. Something is moving through the trees behind you. A moment later, a point of steel has emerged from the darkness between 2 trees and touches your neck. You've seen me, whispers a voice. I know it. Is walking away really an option? There's a point of steel at my neck. I think drawing my sword is not a good option. Answer? See nothing. Quite safe. It is not I who is not safe, returns the voice. Who's there? Snowpipe, but the tall, dark figure of an assassin emerges through the trees. He's dressed head to toe in black, and you had not seen him in a moment before. And though he had been standing a mere arm's length away, with a sharp scimitar in expert hands. Okay. I can zap him. What do I have to work with? W, K, and Z, and F. So my options are fight or spell. Zap, maybe? W-A... cast Dumb, but it's not an option. I could cast Yob. I don't know how the assassin would fare against a giant. WAKZ, so Dolls isn't an option. Thin is not an option. Sap isn't an option. Well, I don't really want to spend 3 stamina to cast lightning, so let's just fight him. I technically have more power to work with. Let's defend the first round. Okay, he just went all in. Sudden nods to you, raises his curved sword in salute, readies his stance. Drop into a defensive crouch immediately. Assassin is perhaps the most fearsome opponent you have so far encountered. Spawns with a swing of dance-like grace and deceptive force. The air itself sings as the blade comes home. Ready yourself for the impact and catch the blow at the very hilt of your sword. He laughs appreciatively. I think he's just going to defend. Yeah, I didn't want to throw everything I had. Time to attack. You rush forward with a deep, heavy slash, but the impact clangs against his turned sword. He grins. He's left breathless, but otherwise unharmed. The duty is to sever your head from your neck, the assassin declares. Voice as cold as polished marble. You will not hold me from it. Let's go again. Aha! The trees watch as the battle unfolds. Relentlessly, you cut and thrust, keeping him pinned. Swing a masterful swipe, outclassing his own sword swing. Catch him deep in the side. Red blood soaks his black tunic. Assassin spins his sword about to shift the sword across his body. He's defending now, I think. No, just a defensive slash. A light blow sails over your head, moving with the deadly speed of an attacking serpent. You are mostly unharmed. He nods to you wisely. Let's see, he's done 2... He defended 1, and then he did a light, and then another light, so he's going to have a heavy one now, I think. No. Okay, now he's coming in for a big swing, but I can swing harder. Oh. Acting quickly, you dive forward with a deep, heavy blow. Blows you land is only minor because the assassin has adjusted his stance swiftly. Blood drips from the assassin's tunic. He curses under his breath. Closing his eyes, he murmurs a quick prayer as he sets his stance. I am ready for a big hit. Yep, I knew it. I wasn't going to overpower that. Competent combat. Only 3 stamina lost. Swing your sword fast into his chest. He is off balance and moving slowly. The blade goes deep. He turns and tumbles, releasing his sword as he topples. I am not so proud as to not admit when I am beaten, he groaned. You may finish me, if you so choose. But if you do me one honor and use my own blade. I like it. This is dead. But lies on the floor, gasping. I think he's been an alright guy. For an assassin. I think I'll spare him. Get up, you tell him, holding your sword back. Not putting it away yet. He nods and sheathes his blade. You're an honorable man. I'm glad to meet you. You've saved me. You own me in part. My name is Flanker. I'm an assassin and thief. Why'd you attack me? It's a simple matter. I pick on wayfarers for practice in hiding and killing. I assumed you would be no match, especially when I saw your pet. I was briefly at the Minamite who is currently hiding under a fold in your tunic, but I see I was wrong. He bows his head once, perhaps in respect, perhaps from the pain of his injuries. You traveling the car, he asks. Yup. I go that way as well. I will not travel with you, but once you are there, perhaps I will see you. If so, I will not forget the debt I owe you. I will remember you there. Bows his head again. This time, it is definitely from pain. Go, he hisses. You cannot aid me. Take a screenshot of that, so hopefully I remember that this assassin will be in part 2. Can I help him? Good doctor. You don't think you are. Bind his wounds. Tearing strips of dark fabric from his clothing, you bind his wounds tightly and the bleeding lessens. You are too kind to a man who is about to kill you, he murmurs. Let that be your lesson, you reply, as you gather up your things and head out into the forest, leaving him behind. You have a sense that you have made a powerful friend. Awesome. But it did cost me in stamina. How much longer do you think we'll be traveling today? The Mennonite on your shoulder asks. I'm hungry and tired. We've gone such a long way. You can stop here. The Mennonite complains. You'd like that, I'm sure you would. Continue along the path and around the side of the hill. A wooden hut is set into the slope with an old woman sitting at the front step. The river seems to emerge from beneath her. As you get closer, you realize the water flows underneath her house, and the house itself is set on splayed struts like an insect straddling the watercourse. A few paces from the front of the house, water plunges over a sheer cliff and disappears. Hi? Greetings, you call the woman. The woman looks up and smiles. Come over here, won't you, she calls. I can barely see you. We did just have a fight. Would they try to kill me again so soon? Would they? Yes. Yes, they would. Let's go say hi. He smiles a toothless smile and gets up from the step. Come in, please, she beckons. I get so lonely living out here and away from the villages. No thanks. I should not stay too long. I have a long journey still to make. Of course, she replies. We'll have tea out here on the step. She sounds almost nervous. To her kitchen she returns with 2 large cups. Watch it, Jan whispers in your ear. I don't trust this one. Not that I care what happens to you, of course. Let's make conversation. Tea is still hot. You cup it between your hands as you speak. This is a beautiful place, you remark, watching the river plunging over the cliff face. This is the top of the crystal waterfall, she says. The river runs right under my house. They say it carries all my goodness and youth away while I sleep. Villagers bathe in it for luck, she giggles meanly. I'm sure it isn't quite true. Why do you live here alone? You live here alone. It must be more dangerous. Oh, she smiles sweetly. No one bothers about me. Why would they? Can't help but notice she has not answered the question. What's your name? They call me Gaza Moon, she replies with a smile. Used to be quite well known, in my way. You nod, but you have never heard of her. Make the sip your tea when the old woman stops you, catching your arm before the cup reaches her lips. Oh, she said, I've forgotten the pot. She goes back in to fetch it. Sure. Oh no, I'm dead. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.